Okay, we got breaking news. Massive breaking news. Russell Wilson is headed to the Denver Broncos. Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. If he wants to, Russ has to approve the deal. Seattle needs picks and players. Denver needs a quarterback. In my opinion, huge win for Russell Wilson. I am currently texting his agent, and I will tell you what I hear. This is a big win. Denver doesn't need draft picks. Denver's ready to win a Super Bowl. Denver's got excellent running backs, a star tight end, 4 receivers, a great left tackle, elite corners. They probably have to draft. They're trying to sign Von Miller back, but they have a young safety that's fantastic. George Payton's a very good GM. I think they've drafted exceedingly well. This is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before Brady got there. We've been saying this, why Aaron didn't want to go there. Russell Wilson is just saying, I don't care if I have Mahomes. I don't care if I have Derek Carr. I don't care if I face Justin Herbert. I want weapons. And wow. And by the way, you could say, well, Denver doesn't have an owner. Seattle doesn't either. I mean, Seattle's going through a new ownership situation. It may not be the same owner in Seattle today in 5 years that it is today. I'm not sure if Paul Allen's sister is going to keep it. So Russ has to approve the deal. I think it's a win for Russell Wilson. Now, Seattle's obviously, we don't have the picks yet. I'm trying to find those out. I would say, I would guess right here. If I would give up all the first, I would give up 4 first-round picks. I couldn't give a rip. They don't have a ton of needs in Denver outside of quarterback. Give up first-round picks. And Seattle, by the way, does not have a history of acing their first-round picks. They have whiffed badly. Rashad Penny, to name one. They've whiffed badly on some first-round picks. I'm going to take a drink here. It's kind of a big one.
Apparently, according to Schefter, Denver acquiring Russell Wilson has nothing to do with the Aaron Rodgers decision to return to Green Bay. The GM initiated trade talks with Seattle for Wilson at least 2 weeks ago, per sources.
Well, so this relationship was very good early. Russell Wilson and Mark Rodgers were very upset years ago when the Seahawks, John Snyder and Pete Carroll, went to visit Josh Allen at his workout in Wyoming. That did not sit well. They had a Super Bowl quarterback, and you're going to look at Josh Allen. I mean, let's be honest. If you and I won an Emmy, and we hear that our boss is out looking at new hosts for this time slot, we'd be like, talk to my agent. So that started all this. Seattle started it. That they looked at Josh Allen. It did not make Russell and his camp happy. They're like, you're not paying us anything. We're winning Super Bowls. What are you doing? Now, it should be noted, Josh Allen is an all-time great prospect. Mel Kiper puts him as his 10th best quarterback prospect in the history of it. So a lot of people like Josh Allen. He was 6'6", jumping over people, blah, blah, blah. Late bloomer. That started it. The friction started with that. And I have had multiple people connected to the Seahawks. Former assistants, people in the scouting department, former players that feel like Pete's style of offense, and we've seen this with Mike Zimmer and Vic Fangio, sometimes Mike Tomlin, is very 1994. It's very run-reliant, play defense, run. One of the trades that I thought was a huge mistake when they let go of Max Unger, the center, for Jimmy Graham, the tight end. He was a finesse tight end in an offense where Pete likes his tight ends to block. Didn't like that move. I've been very critical. I had a former scout within the organization tell me in the last several months that too often John Snyder does all his work with all his scouts, and they do all their work, and then at the end, Pete comes in with a strong opinion, and they let Pete get what he wants in the draft, and it doesn't always make scouts happy. They have whiffed on a lot of draft picks. Their drafting has been odd. I've had multiple GMs tell me they don't like the way Seattle drafts. It's peculiar. A lot of reaches. And so my guess is they're going to get Teddy Bridgewater. I would guess. They'll get Teddy Bridgewater and a boatload of picks. And it will allow them to rebuild. Is Bridgewater a free agent? Well, they'll have to go get somebody else. So they're going to save on money, by the way, so they can go to the market. Carson Wentz, Mitch Trubisky. Now, they're not Russell Wilson, but there's quarterbacks out there. There are quarterbacks out there because Jim Irsay's mad about Carson Wentz, so he's available for the right price. Trubisky's available. There's a Deshaun Watson situation. If you've followed that, there's a couple teams doing legal work on that. What do you have?
Well, I mean, the haul that they're going to get for Russell Wilson
is substantial.
First-round picks and other players.
Now think about this.
If you are weak this year at the quarterback position, who cares? The quarterback draft next year is going to be way better than it is this year. But you can trade all the way up in the draft and get your next franchise guy if you want.
Okay, that's fair. But I'm in a division with Sean McVay and Matt Stafford.
Yeah,
Kyle
I mean the
Shanahan.
division is weakened by Russell Wilson leaving, but like you already had a down year and you're moving off of your future Hall of Fame quarterback. If you have a down year or an okay year with the haul that you're going to get for Russell Wilson, you can make that move next year.
Yeah, this division is too good to roll the dice on a bridge or a backup quarterback. You got to go big. You can't replace Russell Wilson. And listen, this relationship I talked to Russell at the Super Bowl for 15 minutes. This relationship has just not been great. As you said last week, you said with complete conviction, it's not going to end. Russell Wilson and Seattle will not be tied at the hip. Whereas Aaron Rodgers has an offensive coach, generationally same age coach. The Packers have developed offensive lines well. Packers actually draft better than Seattle. I mean, Seattle's last 4 drafts, they have 2 elite players. One of them's a punter. They over traded for Jamal Adams. Dwayne Brown did not have a great year at left tackle. He's about their only elite offensive lineman. It's just the defense has regressed badly over the last 5 years. Bring up that graphic. I don't know if we have it. We'll probably go chase it next hour. The last 4 years of Russell Wilson. Joy put this out there a couple days ago. Russell's not the problem. The defense is a mess. It's a bottom 5 defense in the NFL. So this relationship has not been good. I've been in contact with Russell and Mark Rodgers for the last couple of years. They've been classy about it, but without saying exactly what they feel, it's just there's tension here. It's not right. They have real doubts about the front office. I'll say this. We always talk about quarterbacks and coaches. General managers in this league are generally underpaid. You cannot overcome a bad GM. I think the Denver GM is really sharp. I think he's really sharp. So the division's tough, but you don't know what's going to happen here. You can't. Plus, if you're a great athlete, you're going to be petrified of competing. I mean, in the end, Russell's saying, I would rather compete with better pieces than compete in the best division in football with worse pieces. Like, I think it's a win for Russell. Do I think it would be better if he went to Tennessee? Would it be easier? Perhaps. But Seattle, I'll say this, Seattle wanted him out of the NFC. They want him over in the AFC. They don't want to compete against Russell Wilson coming back to Seattle, running around the field, and everybody's going, oh, yeah, that was our guy. We had that guy. He just threw for 300 yards and ran for 100. Is this the best day in the history of the world right here? I mean, come on. Russell Wilson and the Broncos. Aaron, back to Green Bay next. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.